Welcome back, my people. So, one announcement to make. I've got my wife back, so she's behind the camera today. And because she's resting, she's actually agreed to vlog me. So, today, you are going to get my pull A session. So, we are going to go through exercise by exercise, and I will probably do a little bit of a walkthrough and a talk over the exercises for you all as well, explaining what I'm doing and how. Just so you can kind of see what I'm doing and then get a good explanation of what's going on and how after I finish training. So I'm just going to write the logbook out. Today's going to be a vlog. So Meg is going to show you what she's going to do with a client. She's got a client check-in in a moment as well. And then we can take it from there, guys. So excited to get stuck in. I'm really starting to come to life now and things are coming together. So very happy to be in the gym. My volume is starting to titrate now slowly. So again, we're going to see some good, productive sessions in place upcoming next weeks and months, both for myself and Meg. So without further ado, let's get stuck in. Pull A, about to go down, and you're going to get to see a check-in, in-person check-in with the wife and the client as well. So write this down, use the lavatory, and then it's game time.
Let's try and twist the body a little bit more that way. Ahead. Very nice. Lovely. Okay. And let's quad turn to back. Beautiful. Very nice. Let's push the glutes back just a little bit more for me. That's perfect. Nice. Okay. And let's quad turn to the side. Everything's going on so much.
Right here, dropped in my vehicle. Gassed up now, I'ma slang me a rock. Collar man handles his job. Beds on the ground, helicopters on top. Beautiful women wanna dock to my cop.
Last warm-up done. I've done my pre-session mobility work whilst Meg was with the client. So generally just mobility, and then I started leg raise that I do before my pulls. I do prioritise that before my pulls. Just one single set, as it does aid in stability, and I actually do that before leg day as well. But anyway, we're going to get working with this now and take for the session. So exercise number 1, single arm straight and pull down using the cuffs. The reason why it's cuffs, again, I want my arm in slight internal rotation. So we want to turn into semi-supinated position and hold that in place.
Government like man. But he wanted it further. Why? Batman. Da-da-da-da-da.
Good. Okay, correct. Correct. Exercise 1, done. Just one single set here. Like I said, at the moment, I'm still titrating the volume up, but at the beginning, you will have seen the full volume of the session. Today, I'm actually going to do 80% of it. I'm going to show you just top sets. So you're going to get to see a single working set, and then I'll do a brief overview, and anything else, I'll probably talk separately and break things down for you, probably before the session, or maybe I'll put a talk over them. As I do like doing that, to give back to you guys. I'm actually working high rep ranges. This machine in particular overloads a shortened range, so that's the reason I'm starting with it. I'm fresh. That's the only time where I can really overload the shortened range and get a productive set. So 2 working sets here. Previously I was just doing 1. And like I said, I'm titrating volume up a little bit. You only get to see the single set. So here, again, I don't feel like I need as many warm-up sets because I'm working high rep range. So I generally take 2 warm-up sets. First set on 10 reps, the second set 2 to 3, and then third set I'm ready to go. Especially off the back of the straight arm pull down, my lats already fired up, so I'm going to need small prep work before I actually attack these sets. Anytime. I've always started my sessions with a pull down variation, whereas now I start with a primer, which is my straight arm pull down, that really trashes the lower lat. And then I actually start with a row movement. For me personally, start with a row movement actually saves a lot in the tank for pull downs. So that sequence just works better for me. That's something credit to Dr. Jordan Shallows. I had the pleasure of training with him, and he actually suggested doing that for me. And it's worked tremendously well because for me, what I've found is sometimes going to overhead movement straight away doesn't look quite right. So that's the sequence, and obviously this machine in particular, it overloads the length and range. So now we've ticked off the shortened range, move on to a movement that overloads length and range, and then what you'll find is further in the session, as we go along, the movements and machines challenge the length and range more, which is the strongest. So we're matching the resistance profile of the machine with the strength curve of the lat. Your lat is strongest in the stretch, which is length and range here. So that's the way you need to go initially. Towards the shortened when it's fresh, and then move on to length and range. All my lat work, as you will notice, is unilateral. The reason for that, I've got short arms and I've got a wide rib cage. So structurally, doing anything bilateral from a lat doesn't work. And I see so many people in the gym that are quite advanced, still doing this. It's like, you're not getting shit from this. Apart from you're training your arms and your bicep tendon. There's a reason why I had decent biceps and I fucking shit back. Couldn't train it properly, so now.
Call up time.
Good.
Keep it tight.
Now we're going to move on to my upper back movement for today's session. 2 sets in here as well. Again, first set we're actually going to load 50 mid-range, 50 length and range. The back off set we're going to load 75% of the load at the top, 25% in the middle. Reason why, upper back has not really been touched just yet, so upper back's still pretty fresh. So we can afford to load it mid to length and range, which creates a very decent resistance profile for this particular piece. Now the goal here is to allow the arm path to track up, elbow stays fixed over the fist, and again, the goal here is full retraction of the scapula. Every single movement I've done here, there was no retraction, there was just lat work. So again, moving horizontally rather than now. Aim is full flexion and then extension, and imagine you're trying to wrap your shoulder blades back around your spine. So now,
Keep the hips locked under.
Yeah, so next, we've got the single arm extreme row. Again, this overloads the length and range even more, as we do have an opportunity in this machine to actually adjust the resistance profile, which is great. Now, this movement mimics a single arm dumbbell row, but the resistance profile is just much better. Single arm dumbbell row is pretty shit when it actually comes to the resistance of it, but it's good for the function and your rotational capacity, so as it challenges rotation. So this is an ideal movement to actually replicate that with a much better resistance profile. So for me, this is my all-time favourite single arm row variation, and so is Meg's actually as well, which is quite interesting. She copied me. Anyway, game time, motherfuckers, let's go. think about where your traps are and think about where the biggest portion of your traps is. It's not top of your neck, it's actually your upper back. Now this is not only a great functional movement to improve your shoulder function, but it's also the best trap movement you can actually use. You can actually do this in any upper back machine, any row machine. Prime is also my preference because of the access to it. If you don't have access to this, you can do it pretty much any upper back machine, or even some lat machines. The main most important thing is some slight flexion at your T-spine, full protraction, and then extension at your T-spine, and then full retraction, whilst keeping your arms straight to a degree. So, as always, one working set here, with a nice little hold and stretch, and in a fully shortened range as well. The secret to massive traps. So, when you execute this correctly, you're literally going to feel your entire back blow up because I'm actively retracting and keeping tension across my whole back. So this is definitely one of my favourite movements. Vast benefits to it. Vast benefits. To my rear delt movement. Reverse cable fly, one of my favourite all-time rear delt movements. Now, I'm not a fan of really grabbing the little ball things. No bueno. In my opinion, to get the most out of this movement, you're actually better off using a cuff. Sliding your hand in and putting pressure on the outside of your hand. So again, the motion here, you want to drive from this angle down. Again, your rear delts actually diverge down, so muscle fibers of your delts come down. So you want to match your arm path in line with your rear delt. So you want to start high and then drive low. So high to low plane. And from that position, again, cue pressure into outside of your hand, as the motion needs to be out, not back. So again, watch me. Right, so moving on, single arm bicep curl on a cable using a preacher. Now, reason why I'm using a preacher, again, more stability, more output, creates just a better environment to really trash my bicep into pieces. Now, the biggest mistake I see people make training arms is just simply training too heavy. As you'll see, I'm barely using any load. With arm training, it's all about accuracy. So, simple cues I'll give here: drive your elbow down and into the pad, and then drive up. And again, you want to focus on eliminating any sort of momentum, and you almost want to think about contracting stopping in the fully shortened range, and then coming down, controlled, and again stopping in the lengthened range. Control the change of direction and make sure you're controlling the movement for the entirety of the repetition. Every centimetre of that rep should be accounted for. My pull days, in between my bicep work, I actually super set hip thrusts. Why? My glutes need to be bigger. And I believe hip thrust is one of movements that will contribute towards this. And it is a movement that I don't do on my leg days, so it makes sense to tag it onto my leg day, onto my pull days, in between my bicep work, which is very low volume. At the moment it's just 3 sets every 5 days, so I can afford to allocate some of that volume towards my glutes and do a sort of higher rep hip thrust, which I'm going to do now. Hip thrust are not just for girls, and I actually really enjoy doing them now. We've got a bit of a battle, me and Meg, going through, so competition's fucking on.
Come on. 18. Come on. 14. Come on. 2 more. 20. Yes.
This is my favourite variation of a hammer curl. So I tend to use a cuff and actually hold the cuff. And again, the main principle here is holding your upper arm back, slightly rotating your opposite side shoulder in, leaning into the working side, keeping your body weight on the same side leg, keeping that in fixed position. Only thing you want to see moving here is your fist directly up, squeezing through, making sure that your elbow and upper arm stays in a fixed line behind you. Keep your posture nice and fixed, rib cage tucked, core contracted, a little bit of tension across your upper back, stay in a fixed position, leaning into the working side.